Let me guess. You're driving down the road, minding your own business, and you see a big yellow sign on a telephone pole, and it says, "We buy houses in Philadelphia. Call this number." Or maybe you've gotten a postcard or a letter in the mail that says something really similar to "We buy houses in Philadelphia" or anywhere else. And you're wondering, why does that even exist? Why am I getting contacted? How do these companies work? How do they even stay in business? And what is the premise or purpose behind having a company that just buys houses? Before I get any further, let me introduce myself. My name is Doug. I'm a real estate investor in Philadelphia. I run a company called Signature Properties, and we are one of these companies that buys houses in Philadelphia. Our business model is to help out homeowners and property owners, anyone really who's selling their house. We provide them a quick, easy, and convenient way to do it. We remove all of the hassle and tedious work around a traditional listing with an agent, and we're just really easy to work with. The entire process is seamless. It happens very quick, and you get a very fair offer for your property. So I'm an expert on this. I can speak as to why this exists and who might be interested in using this process. And that's what I'm going to do in this video today. So let's talk about 3 different types of reasons or people or situations that would call for using a We Buy House company in Philadelphia, okay? Number 1. I'm going to write better way. This is somebody who is thinking about selling their property, but they know there's a better way out there, right? Technology has come a far way. Every day there's new ideas, concepts, and processes that people can use, especially in the real estate sector. And so if you've made it this far, if you're on this video, I know you're resourceful enough, you're ambitious. You're the kind of person who's looking for a better way of doing something, right? And at the very least, at a minimum, you're looking for more options, right? You might call up an agent and you might understand what that looks like, or you might look to do a for sale by owner. But by reaching out to these folks here, you're 10 steps ahead because you want to know what the quick cash offer option is on your property, and you're going to do the math and put all of these options side by side. So that's the first kind of person that usually reaches out to a local investor like myself, okay, is someone who wants a better way of doing it. Okay, number 2. These are the have-tos. They have to reach out to us. They can't list their house on the MLS, and there's many reasons for that, right? It's not clean enough. It's in disrepair. There's major defects that would prevent them from getting the right experience of listing it on the MLS. Maybe even a broker or an agent just doesn't want to take the burden of doing that. And so that's just one flavor of why you would have to take this approach. We buy houses anywhere, but in Philadelphia, in my region, call an investor and get a sale that way. You might need money quicker than it takes with a traditional listing, which could be 3 months to get it under contract, another few months to get it closed. You might need money in 2 weeks, okay? And that's what you'll get with an investor like this from We Buy Houses company. The third is just the privacy of a private sale, right? Now this is important because there's a lot of people who don't want to broadcast to the entire world on the internet pictures of their home, and that's part of selling your house the traditional way. They don't want people rummaging through their property for showings for months on end. You got to leave the house, you got to clean it up, you got to get it organized. Maybe they're embarrassed of the current state of their household, and they just don't want to have to deal with that. Or maybe their children are, who inherited the property. Maybe they're embarrassed that their parents live that way. They're out of state. Maybe it's a landlord. He's embarrassed that the renters didn't take care of the place. You just don't want to deal with a bunch of people walking through it and stirring up all this activity and requests for cleaning and repairs just to get the house sold. You want to do it quick and easy. You want to contact the company for We Buy Houses in Philadelphia. these are the three main reasons, okay? But I want to talk about a trend that is developing in the real estate industry, right? This is becoming way more prominent and way more active in terms of options. People are starting to adopt to this. They're starting to reach out to understand their options. They're starting to use this more. You can look it up. Agents are losing business to people who are getting directly in front of sellers for better transactions, quicker transactions, fairer pricing, right? And what I see happening and continuing to happen in the real estate industry is that this becomes a major competitor with the traditional model. People aren't going to always just do this traditional MLS listing because that's the way it's always been done. They're going to challenge the status quo, and this is how they're going to do it. And so you're going to see this in the coming years become more of a thing, right? People have already appreciated that 6% for having a broker do what, right? It's not, it doesn't make sense. You don't have to pay that when you do this, right? With my company, you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. You just have to sell your house. And cash is king, and speed and convenience rule everything. Like I said, this is how it's developing. Technology's come a long way. You can easily find, if you go on Google and you type "we buy houses in Philadelphia," you'll find a company who will do that for you in your local area too. My company is called Signature Properties. We're a local investor in Philadelphia, and if you are interested in even just understanding another option for selling your house quicker, for a fair price, for a cash offer, contact me. Come to my website and fill out a form, and I'll get in touch with you immediately. We'll give you an offer within 48 hours. There's no obligation. You don't even need to call us back, right? If you're that turned off by it, but you won't be because it's going to be an extremely fair price, and it's going to be a solid cash offer, and you're going to be very happy to know that this can happen, and it can happen quickly too. If it sounds interesting, let us know. Give us a call. You could fit into one of these three categories. You might just be somebody who, like I said, is adopting the broader trend of wanting to do things a little bit differently. At any rate, I look forward to working with you. Again, my name is Doug. My website is sellmyphillyhouse.com, and I look forward to hearing from you.